What's up YouTube, it's B4Flex, and in this video I'm going to talk to you guys about strength and conditioning for boxing training, alright? So first things first, I want to say primarily focus on your boxing sessions. Okay, boxing is the most important. Strength and power aren't everything, alright? They definitely help, they're definitely important. I'm not going to pretend like it doesn't matter at all, but boxing is more important. You rarely ever have a Deontay Wilder with like insane power and mediocre to kind of trashy for the level he's at boxing skills, right? More time, boxing skills dominate, and you've seen that with Usyk and AJ, right? Stamina also isn't everything, believe it or not. You might see some stamina freaks, and don't get it twisted, it's good, but stamina is only beneficial once the skill is there. Get Mo Farah, put him in the ring with Floyd Mayweather, right? He's not going to do bits against Floyd Mayweather just because he has insane stamina. Get Mo Farah against a boxer with trash stamina but better skill. You get what I'm saying, right? Boxing is the most important. That was probably a very bad example, but you get what I'm saying, right? Boxing is pretty much 80 to 90% of everything when it comes to boxing. Well, like your boxing skill set, okay, with strength and conditioning being around 10 to 20% combined. Of course, it varies from person to person. With Wilder, his power was pretty much like 70% and everything else fell into place, but it, you know, more time is going to be 10 to 20% combined. But anyway, let's get into it. So strength, pretty much strength work equals power work, so anything that helps you to punch harder. Muscular endurance work, so not endurance per se, not your lung capacity, it's more so how much energy you have in your muscles, alongside your armor work. And armor work is like your neck, you know. Obviously you have your head movement, that's your boxing skill set, but when it comes to actually getting hit, how strong is your neck to withstand the force, and how strong is your core, right? Your midsection to withstand body shots, right? And then finally, injury prevention work. So you have the work that, you know, boxing is more so push focused, but then you also have injury prevention because you can pull a lot of muscles, you can injure yourself, you know, your back doesn't get as much training, things like that. So you do also have injury work. The movements that you want to prioritize are overhead press for shoulder strength. That's more important than horizontal press, believe it or not. Right, so overhead press, rotational exercises. This helps with your rotational strength, your rotational power. Vertical and horizontal pull, right? So this is all for balance. This is injury prevention, the vertical and horizontal pull, right? Because you're doing so much pushing, you need to balance it out by doing pulling exercises. Squats for muscular endurance in your legs, because you use your legs a lot. Hamstring work, so leg curls or a hinge movement for balance yet again. The hinge is actually more important than the leg curls in this instance, because in boxing, you are using your back a lot. Your lower back takes a massive toll. So do your hamstrings as well from all the running that you might be doing. So definitely hamstring work. Neck and ab exercises. If you want specific neck exercises, check out my video on neck exercises, and ab exercises yet again for armor, right? For punch resistance. And plyometrics for power. So if you want power, do explosive push exercises. So this can be horizontal push as well this time, but for power. So explosive clap push-ups, things like that, right? Throwing medicine balls and stuff like that. Even doing leg exercises like jump squats, things like that, vertical jumps help with power, right? Other push exercises are good too, but the focus for strength should be your shoulders and potentially a little tricep work. So dips potentially could be good as well. Strength work you want to do 1 to 5 times a week. Once is like minimum, really. It's okay. It all varies on what type of boxer you are. If you actually care anything about strength work, then I say if you don't, minimal, then once a week is cool. Twice a week is probably standard. It's probably good as well. If you still want to grow your strength aspect, for me, I do 5+ times because I like lower intensity but high frequency sessions. That's just a personal preference, but you know, it all varies. The split that you'll likely be doing is full body. You can also do upper lower, but this means that you need more sessions, but more time full body is the best split for an athletic type training regimen. All right, let's move on to conditioning. So for your conditioning, you want to focus on bag work, running, or even sparring. When running, involve a lot of sprints, right? Because boxing isn't slow paced. So I know you might see a bunch of like boxers do a bunch of slow running, you know, doing miles after miles after miles, just kind of light jogging. That isn't representative of what boxing really is like, and that is also not representative of the majority of their training, right? Because boxing is not slow paced, it's fast paced. Your aerobic low intensity cardio is only going to help in those short moments of kind of brief-ish rest in between those bursts of action, those exchanges, those combinations you and your opponent are throwing, right? So make sure that you prioritize the higher intensity work. So do your cardio 2 to 5 times a week. 2 times is sufficient, but if you want lower intensity work, probably increasing it, doing up to 5 times a week is cool. If you don't want to do as high intensity as mentally draining sessions, right? 5 times can be cool, but 2 times a week is definitely good. Your low intensity sessions, 1 to 2 times a week max. Low intensity, but high duration sessions. Your higher intensity sessions, 1 to 2 times a week. Yet again, 2 times is cool. And medium intensity sessions, 1 to 2 times a week as well. But yet again, overall, 2 times a week is enough because most of your conditioning for boxing is done in the boxing gym, right? Your sparring, even your pad work, even hitting the bag, all of that stuff is conditioning. So you get a decent amount of conditioning from your conditioning work, which you do, I would actually say just 2 times a week, 2 to 3 times a week is good. But the majority, if you have any extra time that you want to improve your conditioning, improve it in a boxing focused way, right? So improve it in sparring, improve it in hitting the bag, things that are going to add to your boxing. But do not only focus yet again on running, because you can do a whole bunch of running, you're not going to become a better boxer. So focus on your boxing, right? Any additional work can be done if you want to train for any other sport or any other thing, all of that can be done as long as it doesn't take away from your boxing sessions. So you have boxing, whatever, but you want to jump higher and things like that, that's cool, do that. As long as it doesn't take away from your boxing conditioning and your boxing strength work, then by all means, if you have excess time, do it, but do not take away from your boxing, because then someone is going to outbox you. If you want all the work and structuring for your strength and conditioning done for you, alongside tutorials, demonstrations, and explanations, check out my Pugilist training plan. You get hours of videos, you get access to 2 strength and conditioning programs for boxing, along with lifetime access to the program. So as I add more to the program, you receive more for no additional price. The link is in my description box. Alright guys, it's B4Flex, and I'm out.